Off between police and residents continues. Our reporter Hitekani Magwedze is there live for us. Hitekani, good afternoon to you. Thank you so much indeed for joining us here on SA Today. Now, we've seen since, in fact, chaotic scenes since this morning, where residents were even pelting stones at police officers, throwing petrol bombs and so on. What's the situation like currently?
Oh, good afternoon, Palisa. I can tell you this, the situation is still quite tense here in Westbury. The protest or the confrontation between police and the community members has moved from Rahima Musa Hospital to right here where we are, just a stone throw away from the bridge. But you know, the push and pull between the community members and the police is still continuing. It's still quite volatile and unpredictable. What we have now is community members throwing stones at police who are stationed here. As you can see, the street is filled with rocks and stones and residue of burnt tires. There's some community members who have, you know, they've come with shields in the form of mattresses and boards and DSTV satellite dishes to, of course, protect themselves from the rubber bullets that police keep using to deter them from the violence that's currently taking place. But it's quite volatile. The 1 minute it goes down and calms down, and the 1 minute stones are flying all over and stun grenades are going off. So it seems like the situation is going to go on as is. We understand that the provincial commissioner, Mr. Lange, is going to come and try and speak to the community members, but it hasn't happened as yet. It's clear that there has to be an intervention that's going to put this to rest. Ever since Friday, it's still continuing. So the status quo at the moment, Palisa, it's still as is, volatile.
Yeah, but Hitekani, have there been any arrests? Because I remember very well, in the morning we saw a woman being taken into a police van.
Certainly there has been, as far as we know, officially there's been 5 arrests already. These arrests are, of course, charged. These people are charged of public violence. And you know, you mentioned a woman. We've seen all community members, well, all variety rather of community members. We've seen young, you know, kids that look like they're 13, to women and to elderly people. So you know, it's clear. It's, you know, cut all, across the ages and across the genders in terms of the involvement. We've seen women throwing stones, and but what I've heard from some community members as concerning is the fact that kids are involved and they're being shot at by rubber bullets because police are, of course, trying to calm the situation.
Yeah, I would imagine, Hitekani, as we do know that schools are closed as it is now. But earlier in the morning, we also saw community members blocking the main roads, and my worry really is the accessibility to the Rahima Musa Hospital. So are patients able to access the hospital as it is nearby?
That's a real concern. I can tell you now, earlier on, patients and residents couldn't get or access the hospital because, as you rightly said, the road was closed, and we saw a couple of cars turning back and being advised really to turn back, and you know, you can imagine some of them need serious assistance, serious medical assistance, and they couldn't get that. But I can tell you now, since it's moved, since the standoff has moved from the entrance of Rahima Musa, I believe the people are able to go in there because it's moved this side. It's just that people coming from the direction of Auckland Park will not be able to pass through here, as the road is closed from quite a couple of blocks away. So it's a relief so far that people are able to access the hospital. It's just they have to be advised that they'll have to use another access point to, of course, access the hospital.
All right, just a quick one. Has there been any official, perhaps, response to the situation by the provincial government. We tried the Office of the Safety, Community Safety MEC, and we were told that the MEC visited the area last week Friday. So you're telling us now that the provincial SAPS Commissioner Deliwe Dilange will make her way there. But the residents, on the other hand, they're very adamant that all they want is the police minister, Bheki Cele.
Exactly. As you've said, we've heard that the Community Safety MEC, Mrs. Agela, was here on Friday. We do, however, cannot confirm that because none of our reporters, some community members here that we spoke to, cannot confirm seeing her or interacting with her. So we don't know if she was here. We don't know the impact of her intervention, but it's clear it hasn't been much of an impact. There hasn't been much of change. They are calling for the police minister to come here, but we don't know what their reaction is going to be if the police commissioner will indeed come here and try to address them, considering that they've specifically asked for the police commissioner. But we are waiting. We'll obviously observe as she gets here and tries to speak to her, but it doesn't look like they're letting off.
All right, Hitekani, we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for that update. SABC reporter Hitekani Magwedze, live from Westbury in Johannesburg, where we've seen a standoff between police and residents continuing into this afternoon. We'll surely be keeping you up to date as to how things unfold in that area.